Hi everybody, it's me, it's Mandy. Welcome back to my channel. I have a quick video today. I always say quick and it always ends up being too long, but I'm going to make it really quick today so I don't bore you. Recently I went to Bicester Village in England and it's just probably one of my favourite places to go and shopping. I have done it now 3 years in a row. I'm going to try and go twice a year if I can. I just think it's one of the best places you can go for outlet shopping. I think it's one of the biggest in Europe. We have one here in Ireland, it's called Kildare Village, which is really, really good too, but it's nothing like the one in England. You would spend the day in it. I've watched a lot of people with their vlogs of going to Bicester Village, and if you get there really early, you would be there for easily 8 or 9 hours. I went on a Friday, and no I didn't. I went on a Saturday, thinking that if I went on Saturday, I flew out, we stayed for 2 days, and we went to Bicester Village on the Sunday because I was hoping that on a Sunday it wouldn't be too busy. And boy was I wrong. It was absolutely packed. There's queues everywhere, queues outside Gucci, Prada, Burberry, all the big stores, and the busy stores were like letting 2 in and 2 out. So it was really, and I got there really, really early. I think on a Sunday it's from 10 to 7 or something, I don't know. But we got there early, we got there about 12 I think, and it was crazy, but worth it. That's the only thing. If you're a shopaholic and like your names and like your luxury and just like shopping, it's probably one of the best places you can go. Anyone interested in going, it's kind of halfway between Birmingham and London, so it's easier to access, I think, and cheaper to access from Birmingham. So you can get a really cheap Ryanair flight into Birmingham, and then you get a train from Birmingham down, and it's about 45-50 minutes. When you get to the train station, there's a little shuttle bus that brings you straight into it, and then the same back home again. The shuttle bus is there all the time, and the trains run during the week. I'd say they run much quicker. I can't really remember, but I think it's like every half an hour. But the earlier you get there, you better. Do not go on a Saturday. I won't be going again on a Sunday. The last time I went during the week, and it was much better. We had to stand on the train the way home, and it was a nightmare with 10 million bags. Me and my daughter went, but it was so worth it. And if you're going, bring an empty credit card and loads of money. So I'm going to show you what I bought. Also, when we were there, as I said, we stayed in Birmingham, and there's a great shopping centre called the Bullring, and there's a really, really lovely Selfridges in it, and there's so much shopping. I really, really like Birmingham, I have to say, for shopping. London there's nowhere like London, but it's so big to get around and access the trains and blah, blah, blah. So if it's Bicester you want, I would recommend going to Birmingham and staying because of the quickness, and it's not as fast as London and blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to show you what I got. So it's a mixture of what I bought in Bicester and a few pieces I bought in Birmingham while shopping. So yeah. Okay, so you all know that I'm the biggest Tory Burch addict. My dog's barking, I'm going to kill him. Okay, stopped. I'm the biggest Tory Burch addict, and there is one in the outlet, but they've moved it because there's a big section of the outlet now with loads of new shops, and they've moved it from the smaller Tory Burch, and it's in a really, really big one now. And when you walk, oh, there's no Tory Burch here in Ireland, so it's very depressing, but her stuff, her quality, the affordability of her stuff is just amazing. So I got 2 pieces in Tory Burch. I wanted about 50, but I only had a carry-on, so I had to be careful in what I was buying and blah, blah, blah. So the first thing I bought, that's the typical Tory Burch bag, and these all came up packaged lovely. I haven't used anything that I'm going to show you, so I'm going to start using them from today. This is the classic Tory Burch quilted zip wallet. I'm going to try and remember prices for everything, but I can't guarantee I will. So it's a typical zip around compartment, loads of credit card slots. They do such a huge selection of these type of wallets in Tory Burch. I was like, where do you start? I have the Marion quilted tote that I bought a couple of years back, and I love it, and it's still in amazing condition, really, really good durability, and this is very similar to it. I have a couple of Tory Burch pieces, but I got this to match the bag that I have. And this is actually called, I'll show you now, the Bryant Zip Continental Wallet. That's all the details there if you're interested. I don't know if something similar is probably going to be online. I'll try and put links down below if I can. And there's the value of it now. I know people say a lot of the outlet stuff is made for outlets, and I've seen programs on that, but some of the stuff I don't really mind if it's made for outlet because the quality is really, really good. That one was $2.30. You can see it down to $1.49, so I think that's a really good bargain. I actually thought there might have been more off it. You know, when you're picking stuff up and you don't even look at the price, you just went up to the till and I just paid for them because I really wanted something like that. And that's That goes the whole way around that pattern, and it's lovely. The smell and the softness of the leather. She's actually one of my favourite designers. I put her up there with, I know I love her as much as I would love Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and a lot more affordable for someone like myself. I can't afford Louis Vuitton and Gucci all the time, but her quality in her products I think is just incredible. So that's the wallet to go in my bag. Excuse me. And I also wanted to get some type of little cosmetic pouch or makeup bag, so I bought this. It's a different kind of a leather. It's really, really soft, and it has a little kind of a bird penguin kind of charm on it and little hearts, and I still haven't taken off all the packaging. But then I realised that when I picked it up I thought it was a cosmetic pouch, which is what I'd probably use it for, but it actually came with a crossbody strap on it, so it is actually a little bag, which I thought was kind of cool. And this strap will actually come in really, really handy for my Louis Vuitton, the small little pochette that I have that I could wear a crossbody, even though it's black and that's brown. That will be ideal. So it is a cosmetic pouch, I think, by looking at it, but it's also a little bag, and there's a little pocket in there as well, and the lovely black lining, the Tory Burch logo, and this one was £235. These are all in pounds, obviously, but it wasn't 200. When I got up to the till, it wasn't, because I know the two of them together was €349, I think. So that, or maybe it was. I don't know. I just like the look of it. And this is called the Peace Pebbled Crossbody. So it is actually a bag. I just seen it sitting there. I thought it was a makeup bag. Yeah, that's my level of craziness. But I probably would use it as a bag. It's kind of a bit smaller for me. I probably wouldn't fit anything in that. Maybe for an evening, but yeah, so that's my two Tory Burch. As I say, I wanted the whole shop. Next time I go, I'm not bringing a carry-on. I am bringing an empty suitcase. And my carry-on was empty, but that's what us shoppers are like. So another shop that I like in Bicester Village is a shop called the Cosmetics Company, I think. The reason I like it so much is it's owned by Estee Lauder, and last year I bought a good few pieces in it. And I went in this year, we had to queue to get into it, and it was crazy busy, and it's only quite a small shop. But if you're lucky enough to get things that you really like, they are at incredible prices. I only bought 3 pieces in here because some of the pieces, they didn't have my colours and things that I like, so I only bought what I really, really know I use, and I'm sorry now I didn't buy more. But again, I carry on, so some things are over 100ml. They do every range that's under the Estee Lauder brand kind of umbrella. And they do a great selection of MAC products, which I like. And one of my favourite things with MAC is the Studio Fix foundation. I use the NW25. I don't use this every day because it is quite full coverage on my skin. But I would use it for special occasions. That's my colour there. This is normally around €40, I think, here in Ireland, and I got it. Now, there's nothing at the minute between the pound and the euro, so it was kind of much for much, like for like. And as I say, this is normally around £40. This in the cosmetics store was £16.50. So there's your difference. That works out at about €20, which is about half price compared to what you would pay over here. And they have a huge selection of eyeshadows and lipsticks and lip pencils and everything of MAC. So I was like, oh, there's no way they're going to have my colour, but they did. They had every colour. That's the one I've always used, NW25. So that's basically like half price. You would spend an absolute fortune in that store. Another thing I got in there, they had a small selection of Jo Malone candles and Jo Malone body creams and the tubs, but a lot of them are really, really big, and they weren't the scent I love. The lime basil mandarin, that's my signature smell with Jo Malone. I love it. But one thing they did have was the rose, is it red roses bath oil. How cute is that? And I did like the scent of it. They had small moisturisers in it, but I don't know if it would be something I'd use all the time on my skin, but certainly for the bath, it's a bath oil. And that was £12.75, as you can see there. I think they're normally, again, around €35. But because it's an outlet, you're restricted in the Jo Malone products that they have. But that was, how could you let a bargain like that go? £12.75. And one more other thing I bought was, they have Tom Ford as well. The Tom Ford eyeshadows, lipsticks, lip gloss, palettes, blushers, everything. And I bought this Tom Ford lipstick, and I think here in Ireland, again, they're about €40. And this was £28, which works out about €35, which is, it's good. I mean, some of the other ones are more expensive, just even for the packaging alone. I've never used Tom Ford before, So I'd be interested to see what this is like. That's one kind of my colour that I would use on a daily basis. And there's like a centre colour as well. So I'm excited to try that. So that's the cosmetics store in Bicester Village, which is just a great place if you're into your makeup and cosmetics and perfumes. They do everything, Origins, you name it. If it's under the Estee Lauder brand, and maybe other things as well, they do too. So now, two of my favourite shops in Bicester is Prada, and I can't pick two. That was a silly thing to say. Burberry, Gucci, Prada, they're kind of the main ones I would head to and see what they have on. And I know a lot of people have a thing about outlets and that they make items for outlet stores and that kind of thing. But if you get some of them, the quality is just the same. I feel I was in Gucci and some of the pieces that were in Gucci didn't look like they were outlet. They still had some, I know Soho, some of the Soho pieces are discontinued, but they had a lot of Soho pieces and a lot of the floral designs. They didn't have any of the new Marmont, obviously, but that shop was absolutely packed. I was queuing in there to pay for this for about 40 minutes. And the shoes, the trainers, £120, £130, incredible. So next time I go back, as I say, I'll be bringing an empty suitcase. But this is what I went in for. I knew I either wanted a Gucci bag or I wanted a Prada bag or perhaps Burberry. So I got Gucci, and this is the bag it came in. I seen this bag about a year ago, and it was in the bigger version. It was in, I actually think I put a picture of it up, or maybe I didn't. It was in a tan brown, but I wanted it in the smaller version, and they only had the smaller version in blue and pink, which is not my colours. I'm a black or brown girl, and this is, I walked in and it was sitting on the counter. She was showing it to somebody and I was like, that's it. I didn't even look how much it was. It's terrible. I just said, can I have one of those, please? And this is the bag. It is a classic, isn't it? What do you think? I think it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm certainly going more into structured. My Soho was, well, that's a whole other story. That's gone back because it was starting to kind of ever so slightly fray here. It was a much slouchier bag and I had to put like a base shaper in it, but with this you don't. And I'm much more into the structured bags. I don't really care that it's from an outlet, to be honest. I just think the quality of this is incredible. The feel of the leather, the smell of the leather, it's just divine. There's one very similar to this that I looked at last year in the Gucci store, but the only difference was the GG all over it was much bigger, and it kind of was, it didn't have this, it just had the GG bigger. But I just thought this was absolutely gorgeous, and they had it in, I think they had it in a grey as well, and they had it in a small grey, and then they had the larger version in grey. So, oh, I still have all the padding. Look, I haven't even taken. That's the crossbody strap, obviously, that loops on to here and here. And let me just take out the packaging. I don't think it's, I'm not going to pretend I know what it's called because I don't even know if it has a name. I'd say it's just a Gucci tote. That's all the little packaging that it comes with and the details of where it's made. I don't know why they give you a sample of the leather, just whatever. And then I'll take out the packaging there too. As you can see, I haven't used it, but I will from today on. I did actually look at the receipt, but there was no name on it. And this, I think, God, I'm terrible for remembering, it was only 2 weeks ago. I'll show you the inside first of all. It has that oatmeal cotton kind of line and fabric, and it's a little bit darker than the one I had before, my Soho. So you're always afraid of cream lining getting kind of damaged, but with colours and makeup and stuff you throw in, but that's a little bit darker. So the more I look at it, the more I love it. As I said, I think it was £579 or £589, which I think is 600 and odd euro, which I think for that quality is really, really good. Some of the Tory Burch bags are that price, and they had some really good deals. If you had the time and the luggage to bring stuff home, you would spend an absolute fortune. So yeah, that is my main thing I bought. I just love it. I really, really think the feel of it, as you can see, it's not really, really soft leather, but it has the structure to it, and the detail I think the quality is fab. As I say, I don't really mind that it comes from an outlet, and size wise, just perfect, isn't it? I think you could use that as an everyday bag, and it could be an evening bag as well if you just take off the crossbody. So yeah, that's my new favourite. Another small item I bought was in Burberry, and it is this. Oh, the light is not great, so I'll try and come back. There we go. I wanted one of these for ages with just the slight piece of Burberry detailing on it. This is a Burberry white polo shirt. I either wanted it with a Burberry here or just ever so slightly on the arms. I don't like the Burberry all over, that's just me. I have a couple of other Burberry tops that I just have like it here or perhaps on the end, but that was what I went in for, either in white or black, and they had loads of them. And this one was £79, which is for nothing. Now, we don't have, I shouldn't say for nothing, it is, I think it's cheap Burberry, to be honest. We have a small selection of Burberry in our Brown Thomas store here in Dublin, but there's not a great selection of things in it, to be honest. And this, they had Burberry trenches, they had gorgeous Burberry jackets. I'd spent enough, to be honest, and I will get some more when I go back next year. But the Burberry jackets were like £300–400 and they were amazing. The queues would put you off, so when I go back next time I'll make sure maybe I go to Burberry first and do clothes instead of bags and accessories. So yeah, I thought that was fab. For it was originally 125 or something. It'd be nice for the summer. I know it's winter now, but I think it's one of those ones I'll have for a long time. I hope. You don't get very long out white cheese on. But one other thing I got was my favourite. I got this in Selfridges. This is my Jo Malone scent that I love. It's the lime, basil and mandarin. And I actually told the girl in Jo Malone it was for myself, but they still package it up lovely. And this time I got the perfume and I got the bath oil. Isn't that a gorgeous little Christmas gift if you were getting it for somebody? I don't know if you can see with the light. Yeah, there you go. And again, that was a really, really busy Jo Malone. Isn't it always, no matter when you go into Jo Malone, it's absolutely packed. And that's the small bath oil. It's the same size as the little rose one that I just showed you. And that's the small, I bought that, not so long ago, and I literally went through it so quick. Even though you only need a little small amount of it, I just went through it. And I like the small one because it fits in your bag perfectly, it's not too heavy. And I think that was the two of them together, I think it's about £80. Oh gosh, I'm terrible for remembering. But again, I'll do the links for them below. I'm really excited to try this. I might try this evening. The oil, because I've never used that one before in the oil. So yeah, really excited to try the two of them. So that was another thing I bought. And I didn't keep packaging for everything because I couldn't fit them. Like the Gucci bag, I just kept the string bag for it. But any of the bags I couldn't keep because I couldn't fit everything in, to be honest. So yeah. And that's everything. Oh, I have one more thing. Two more things. This light is making me look very white. Maybe I'll stay back a bit. Okay, I have two more things just to share with you. I didn't buy these when I was in the UK. I actually went into a department store and seen this. This is a limited edition Chanel No. 5 Fragments Dior. My French is incredible, isn't it? Gold fragments, and it's a gel, a sparkling body gel is what it says on the box. And you know me and my obsession with No. 5 and any Chanel kind of perfumes. If you've been watching me or know my Instagram or know me for a while, I just had to have it. And there is a bath foam as well, and that's not limited. I thought it was, so I got this before. There was something like this out last year and I left it too late and I didn't get it and they ran out. So this is €86 I think, and it only comes in one size, or €85. And it just, even to have that on your dressing table, isn't it terrible? It's expensive to have on your dressing table just to look good, but when it's all gone you'll certainly keep it against a glass bottle. And it just smells divine. It is just as strong a scent as Chanel No. 5 perfumes that I have and that I use. And I have popped this already on my skin. Let me see if I can get some of it out just to show you the texture of it. You're probably not going to see it. No, you're not. It just gives a very, very subtle glitter. I say if you put a lot perhaps on your chest area if you're going out of an evening, or you just run it, if you just run it even over your arms and that kind of going to work, or I'd even put it in my hair, and the scent of it, you could even put a couple of drops of it in the bath, I reckon. And it just is exactly the same as No. 5, and it lasts. I put it on me one day last week and I could still smell it at about 5 o'clock in the evening off my my arms and that in work. So yeah, it's as I say, it's a limited edition, so if you want it, I would grab it now. I think it's only out for Christmas. And one last but not least thing I want to share with you, a friend of mine bought me this. I have heard of this brand before. They are called This Works, and I am not the best sleeper in the world. I fall asleep, which I have no problems doing, but I wake up a lot. And if anyone is like me, gets very annoying. So a friend of mine obviously knows me, and she bought me these. This works, and it's the Deep Sleep Pillow Spray. That's it there, and it's literally a spray that you would spray on your pillow or the corner of maybe your duvet or your throw or your blanket or even your PJs or anything like that, and it is incredible. I'm sometimes, you know, you'd be a bit doubtful about these things, is it all in your head? But my daughter is obsessed with it, never mind me, and there is a smell. It obviously has the lavender extract in it because that's what's soothing, and it's meant to calm you and that kind of thing. It's very subtle smell, but I am convinced it works because I have been spraying it the past couple of weeks since she bought it for me, and there's actually a shower gel as well, a natural shower gel to help promote a good night's sleep. And obviously I've been using that all over every evening in the shower, obviously not in the mornings, and the smell of that is exactly the same as this. So I would they're a really, really great Christmas present even for somebody. God, the light is terrible, isn't it? You can't really see them, but they're actually on my Instagram page as well if you're anyway interested and you want to get them. But it's something that was bought for me, as I say, it's a gift, but I would definitely buy it myself again. This Works Deep Sleep Pillow Spray, and it's actually in my nightstand in the top drawer. I've been using it every night since, so very seldom it goes, but they do it in the Evoca clinic here in Ireland, so that's my last little bit. Yeah, that's everything until I go shopping again. Thanks to everybody for subscribing. I have some new subscribers, which is great. I'm trying to, as I said in my last video, build up my subscribers. And yeah, I have a couple more videos coming up in the next couple of weeks. I'm so excited now to use my Gucci bag. I'm sure you'll see pictures of it on Instagram and that. So yeah, it's off to work for me, which I'm so looking forward to. Thanks everyone for watching, and leave a comment and like and subscribe, and I'll put all the links for anything I can find very similar below, and I will see you again soon. Bye.